and gentlemen, today's video might land me in some hot water, but I am going to be giving you a list of players and personnel in the NFL who I cannot stand. Please understand if this is one of your favorite players or a player on your team, I'm not meaning to offend you. I'm just saying I don't like them and I will explain why. Anyway, a couple of plugs as always. Don't forget to use code WyattzWorld on G Fuel or Prize Picks where you can save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products or match up to $100 of your first deposit. But that's all I got. Let's get into a list of players / people who I don't like in the NFL. Okay, so before we get to the players who I actually don't like, I'm going to give you guys a list of players who used to be on this list, but I don't have a problem with them anymore. And those players are Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Ramsey, Keenan Allen, and Kayvon Thibodeau. Used to think those guys were all huge tools, don't really think it anymore. So now, starting off with the players who I don't like. First player on the list is Juju Smith-Schuster. He's kind of climbing his way off this list, that's why I'm saying him first, but he was such a tool bag for the first 5 seasons that he was in the NFL that I still hate his fucking guts. For anybody who doesn't know about prime Juju when he was on the Steelers, he got drafted, was a humble guy, then he had a really good season and became this arrogant clown on TikTok who would go out and catch for 12 yards a game and then go in the locker room and start doing a bunch of dances, and then he would record videos of him going out on his opponent's logo and do a TikTok dance on the logo even after the team would tell him not to, and eventually got to the point where Tomlin had to sit him down and say, dude, stop. This guy was such a clown that I believe it was the Bengals logo he danced on and then they lost, and then the next week they played Washington and he did the same thing and they lost again. This guy was Jackson Mahomes before Jackson Mahomes was Jackson Mahomes. Moving on to the next guy, we have Eli Apple, and this is a pretty common one I feel like amongst most lists too, but this guy is just a trash talker who does nothing. Been in the league since 2016, I think he's been on 5 different teams, hasn't even made a single Pro Bowl. Yet if his team beats you, he will be the one to hop on Twitter and just start lighting you guys up as if he was the key factor in the reason that you guys lost. I mean, the biggest fucking mouth on a man who does this much. I've hated this bastard since he was on the Saints, and now he's made his way, I think, all the way to Miami, that I still hate his guts. I don't think it'll ever change. Moving on, we'll do a coach, Sean Payton, huge douchebag. Now, does that mean he's not a good coach? No, that doesn't mean that. You can be a douchebag and you can be good at what you do. It's very possible. But this guy has just been an ass, as far as I'm concerned, since 2009. I mean, if you guys didn't know, he used to have bounties where he would pay his defensive players to injure certain offensive players. Brett Favre was a key victim of that. Always been insensitive, he's mean to the media, and he could not be more blatant that he's a coach who just picks and plays his favorites. And if you're about to say, but his coaching scheme works, no, you're right. But I'm just saying, the guy is an ass. All right, next up we have Micah Parsons, and I love this guy. But he is a tool, man. This guy doesn't stop talking, ever. Win or lose. He has always got something to say. He's always got something to tweet. He needs his voice heard on everything. And it's not like he says terribly offensive things or anything. No, he doesn't. It's just a constant, he doesn't shut the fuck up. Go watch Hard Knocks back when he was a rookie. I remember watching that and thinking, are these veterans not irritated with this guy? Damn, you are good at what you do, but you do not always need to be chirping, clapping back at fans, hopping on your little podcast talking about how you're gonna put someone in a body bag that you're gonna lose to a week later. Just chill. Next up, give me Jair Alexander, another one that's gonna be incredibly common nowadays. He is a cocky dumbass. There's no other way around it. He is cocky, and he is a dumbass. That, and he constantly talks like he has a mouthful of shit, too. My name's Jair, I'm the best in the league, man. Shut the fuck up. You are not that good anymore, and also, just because you're from the place where your game is, doesn't mean you can just insert yourself to walk out and be the deciding factor in a coin toss. I'm from Charlotte, man. Coach gotta know that. You're so stupid. Now moving on, we got Chase Claypool, and this guy has been the biggest douchebag since he's been in the league. And you got your crybabies, you got your whiners, you got your tools, your Karens. This guy is just the biggest douche. Like, this guy has always thought he was way better than he actually is. There's a video of himself declaring he's a top 5 wide receiver. He's always been a clown in games, taunting when the game is on the line and they're down. Bitched and moaned his way out of Pittsburgh to get traded to Chicago, where he would do even worse, where he was eventually cut and then picked up by the Dolphins, where he is now, and he just doesn't even do anything. Like, this guy thinks, or legitimately thought, he was Randy Moss, and in reality, he was Juju Smith-Schuster. Arrogant, stupid, flat out just unlikable. Also, do you remember when he tweeted losing, never heard of her, when the Steelers were like 10-0 that one year? He's gone like 16-26 since. Clown. Next up, we got SAS Gardner. He is really, really good. He's one of the best corners in the game, but I cannot stand how much holding he gets away with, and then how he will go into the interviews after the game and act like he is just the most perfect corner on planet Earth. Like, this guy will blatantly have motherfuckers buy their shirts, and it won't get called, and he will act like he had the most clean, just spectacular coverage. Like, come on, get a little bit real. You are lying to yourself. Now we'll move on to another coach, Nick Sirianni. Does anybody like this guy? Do Philly fans even like this guy? He is a villain. Like, that's what he is. This is a coach that you would see as the bad guy in any football movie ever, but he's real. I have hated him ever since I saw the infamous camera shot. Like, that looked like it was straight out of the Comebacks. I mean, this guy will literally cry tears when the national anthem is on, and then after they beat a team, will tell the fans in the tunnel to shut the fuck up. What kind of asshole are you, dude? On top of that, what does he do? Like, last year, all it was compliments to Streichen or Gannon. Now this year, all we're hearing about is Brian Johnson or Sean Desai. Bro, what the fuck does your coach do? I seriously think this guy's getting paid to do nothing other than just cry and chirp. Like, he sucks. Moving on, we got Patrick Mahomes. I feel like a lot of people were expecting this one, but yeah, I don't like him one bit. I think it's his way or the highway. You do what he wants to do, or he's gonna bitch and moan. You are gonna give him the calls he wants, or he is gonna bitch and moan. Like I said, this is his first, down year of his career, and he's handling it like a spoiled, rotten little kid who just got cut off from his parents' credit card. Like, I don't like his entire house. Like, I think he stinks. I think his wife stinks. I think his brother stinks. If it wasn't for his dad, who was a former Minnesota Twins pitcher, I would probably hate every single aspect about that family. And that'll move us on to Deshaun Watson. I think this is gonna be the one that I'm safe with on this list. Nobody's probably gonna yell at me for this one. I mean, I don't even know where to start. The guy had 22 to 26 pending sexual assault allegations on him. The entire time he's brushed it off like it's absolutely nothing, and then when he got to Cleveland, he made an apology for everybody he's hurt, but then later on said that he hurt nobody, and the only reason he apologized is because the fans were for some reason triggered that he was there. No shit, buddy! Like, this guy is a weirdo, whatever way you look at it. Why do you need 26 different massage therapists, huh? Why? What are all the text messages that got leaked to you and these people about you apologizing for making them feel uncomfortable after, assaulting them? Like, this guy is a legitimate creep. Moving on, we got Mike McDaniel, and I've always been called a hater for this one, but I've been vocal about it for like 2 years now. I don't think he is cool, I don't think he is funny, and I don't think he's a good coach. I think he is extremely corny, extremely cringy, and extremely stupid. Well, it smells like updog in here. Like, he's a cornball. He's a cornball who dresses like he's 18 years old, and every time he gets put up against a real test, he gets the shit knocked out of him. But he will never be questioned on it because people adore him. They think he is so gall darn hilarious. Like, I am so bothered, man. Every clip, every retweet, everything I see of this guy, I just have the same facial expression. Maybe I'm not an NPC, maybe I'm just a miserable person, but I seriously think he is nothing but a clown. And ending, we have got Aaron Rodgers, another one that I think will be very common amongst a lot of you, but I know he does have some supporters. Look, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever? Absolutely, you can take that and run with it because no one's ever gonna try and deny that. And if they do, they're an idiot. But as a human being, he has gotta be one of the most unlikable people on the entire face of the planet. I saw a tweet, and I couldn't have put it better myself. Aaron Rodgers is literally an idiot who has convinced himself that he is smart. Like, he is stupid as hell. Everything he says is a conspiracy. The guy doesn't believe in science. He is the most dishonest human being of all time. No matter what he says, he never means it. And he has a need and a crave for attention that makes a 13-year-old girl who's going through her first breakup look humble. This should have been a year for everybody to forget about Rodgers and be excited for him to come back next year, but instead, he managed to to get himself hurt and make people hope he does not ever come back in the process. Like, I seriously do not know who would be worse to take life advice from between Aaron Rodgers or Andrew Tate. Same level of stupidity, just complete brain rot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is it for players in the NFL that I can't stand. Hope you guys had fun with this and didn't get too angry, even though you probably did. And that's okay. But if you did enjoy this video, you guys already know what to do. Comment, like, subscribe, turn that bell on. I try my best to post on this channel every single day. However, with everything I said, I'm gonna hop off and get this edited so you guys can watch it on time. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and as always, I will see you in the next video.